Today we are going to be ranking all of the Chainsaw Man characters, and I'm talking about Chainsaw Man from the anime, so for those of you who love manga, please do not spoil the entire story from me. I absolutely love the series, and I do not want to run into another spoiler because I already have a really bad one, okay? Let's get into it. We're going to be ranking them from S all the way to NA because a couple people here that I don't feel like they've had enough time in the show to really expand on, okay? Let's talk about Denji, guys. We have to throw Denji immediately over into the S tier, dude. Denji is arguably one of the most relatable characters in the entirety of anime. He encapsulates the mind of and I don't know how old he is in the show, whether he's like 16, 18, but every single young man he encapsulates. I love Denji in the way that he grew up and that he's like so appreciative to have like the bare minimum in life. I love how easy he falls in love. I love how relatable Denji is. He is an excellent character, and I cannot wait to see where he progresses, because as of right now, and here's your spoiler alert for everything that happened in season 1 and the Reze arc movie. I'll give you 5 seconds. I don't know why you'd be watching this video otherwise though. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am majorly curious how he's going to live without like just having that heartbreak throughout Reze there, man. Denji, very interesting character. Love him, okay? Now let's talk about, excuse me, I'm pronouncing this wrong, Pajita. There really is, and this is why I ended up adding the NA tier, because there's really nothing that we could add there. We see him so little. Like, you know what, he's kind, he's wholesome, but you can't rank him among the other characters. And I don't know if that he's ever going to come into play. I don't know if Denji's like Chainsaw Man heart's ever going to come out or something like that. But as of right now, you can't rank him with all the characters. So I'm going to have to put him over in NA, okay? Let's get into Makima. Very, very, very interesting character, dude. I cannot believe that they actually ended up making a character like, and it's, I'm not familiar with my anime terms, okay? When I say waifu type, I mean like, you know, those characters from anime that people constantly simp over. I'm thinking like something up that alley, but I don't know if that is exactly what waifu means, okay? But you know what I mean. You have the character that everybody goes crazy for. Makima is one that I actually understand because Makima is an excellent character. Somehow, you have this regular person in a regular getup. She's so menacing. You can just like look into her eyes. You can see like that there is definitely more to her. Like, it would not shock me one little bit if Makima herself ended up being the overall villain and the gun devil, because, and it only solidified after what happened to Reze. You see Denji finally falling in love, and she's like, nah, I want Denji on my side. She purposely is flirtatious with Denji in order to like get him to like, because he would go head over heels for her. I love her character. I love that I don't know what she's about. I love how it seems like she's one of the most powerful, yeah, I guess you could call them devils. I don't know if you're calling them like devils or devil users in the Chainsaw Man, but you get my point. The way that she ended up flooring all of those people in season 1, 2, she is another excellent character. We're throwing over into the S tier. I'm afraid that we're going to have, unfortunately, a lot of S tiers over here because I think that Chainsaw Man, one of its greatest strengths is their characters, okay? Let's continue on over to Power over here. Power is another one that I love, dude. It is very rare. As much as I enjoy anime shows, I think there's some of like the best told stories ever. Where anime usually doesn't get me is the humor. I usually find it like beyond cringe. And I always point to something like, I look at so many anime characters and when they're trying to be funny, and I look at them like Zenitsu from Demon Slayer, where it's just like, it's loud, it's obnoxious, it's never funny when they're going, you know, like they're screaming, or there's that one sound that comes in anime shows. I can't even begin to make it with my mouth, where it's like a pause and like they end up having like a complete different art style. You know, it's just, I find a lot of humor in a lot of anime shows that I watch really, really stupid. Chainsaw Man gets it for me. And you know what's weird is it's a little bit immature as well. Like you have Denji just, you have Denji like Power dying on the ground and she's like, oh, why'd you save me? And Denji's like, you know, but then you have like, dude, Power and Denji together. They are hilarious. I love like that Denji's kind of like losing his humanity a little bit more. Like you have the points where like, didn't you feel anything? Or what did you think when this person died? I thought, oh, he's dead. Oh yeah, this guy's dead. Like they don't even care about it. I love Power freaking out in public and Denji having to like kind of control her a little bit. I love when they're at home with Aki where she's like, oh, I'm the type of person to choose when I flush the toilet. And then they have to like force her to take a shower and stuff like that. Power is actually really, really funny. And the thing is, I usually don't find this type of stuff that funny, you know what I mean? It's just kind of people yelling at each other, but I think it's great, man. I think it's great. Even just Power, like, freaking out and, like, throwing the vegetables out to the side and Denji yelling about the farmers. I think it's really cool, man. I am putting Power also into the S tier, but behind about Denji and Makima, okay? let's continue on. I don't even remember this dude's name. He obviously didn't have enough time on the show. He kind of looks like this guy. Wait, are they the same guy? I don't think they're the same guy. Because I remember this guy, but I assumed it was a different character because of the picture here. NA for this one, okay? Let's continue on over to Aki. You know, Aki's a very good character. I found myself only more interested in Aki as time has gone on. Initially, oh man, do I want to throw him in another S tier, dude? Oh my god. Well, we'll go through this, okay? Initially, I was interested in him. I thought he was cool. I liked his powers. I am very interested in the whole, like, is it the Eternity Devil he made a contract with, where it's like, you're going to go out in the worst way possible. I can't imagine how that's going to be with what we've seen from Chainsaw Man so far. I like his relationship, especially with the Angel Devil now. It's just, over time watching Chainsaw Man, I've only gotten more interested in Aki. I'm going to put him at the bottom of S tier right behind Power, okay? Let's continue on to Himino, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing that name wrong there, but I think she was another really good character too. I thought that she brought a lot. I liked her dynamic with Denji. I liked her dynamic with Aki. I think she was good. She was just a good character. Nothing too special about her. Do I want to put her in the A tier? I'm going to put her... yeah, you know, I'm going to put her over into the A tier over here. Not quite S tier, but she was excellent in the show. Let's continue on to Kobini. Again, if I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I think this is just your solid B tier character. You don't see her too often. She was actually another reason why Power was pretty funny, because you have this character that's human, but it's obviously not human. I think they described her as a fiend, but I like how she's freaking out. She's with the Time Devil or whatever it was, and she's just laughing because this girl's freaking out. I know that says more to Power's character, but I like her story. I like the way that she kind of ends up freaking out. I've enjoyed it, man. I like she had to deal with the thing, you know, like wanting to sacrifice Denji and all that. I'm going to put her in the B tier. Solid B tier character. Now for the Angel Devil. Okay, this is an interesting one because I see the potential, but we didn't just see enough in him yet. It's weird to see, and forgive me if I'm wrong on this, because the details were a little bit fuzzy to me even with watching the movie. I don't remember why Aki was losing his life. Was it the contract with the Eternity Devil? Like every time he uses his power, he sacrifices a little bit? Or was it that he touched the Angel Devil? Not a clue. Regardless, you know this guy's close to Makima. I find it funny how lazy and depressed he is, and yet he's like such a majorly powerful character. I'm interested to see how the story continues with him, but we haven't seen enough of him yet. So I'm going to put him over for now, which I could very well see myself building him up. But from what we've seen so far, top of B tier for the Angel Devil. Okay, let's continue on to the trainer over here, which this might be the same guy over here, but he's okay. I think it's another B tier. I'm going to put him right in between the two over here with the B tier. I thought it was funny. I loved the scenes when he was training Denji in Power. I thought it was all good, man. For this, we have another member of the Devil Hunters or whatever. I'm going to put him in NA. Probably along with these two, a little bit more of the same. We didn't see too much of them at all. Now, please forgive me if I'm wrong in this. I believe this is the Katana Devil. I just remember what he looks like when he's transformed. Regardless, I thought he was a fun character. They built him up, but the problem is we didn't really get to go too in depth with him in comparison to every character that we have on the screen right now. I thought he was very fun. I thought he was very powerful. I enjoyed what we've seen from him in the little time that we did end up seeing him. So I can't really put him in the A tier over here yet. So I'm going to put him into the B tier. I'm going to put him actually right below the trainer probably. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to throw him, okay? Now for Reze, dude. I loved Reze's character. And I've opened up about this. We just did a review for The Last Kingdom. I did an entire review for the Chainsaw Man movie. I always find it fascinating when men end up falling to lust in stories like that, because it's such like a real consequence of the world. I was so skeptical about Reze when she first came onto the scene. I loved her as the Bomb Devil. I thought she was immensely powerful. I thought that she did a really good job, as dumb as it looked sometimes. And this is why it was like, it's a little bit weird how much I enjoyed Chainsaw Man, because I think it's weird that you have this character that has like a bomb dress and basically in her underwear, and they even make the comments where it's like, oh my god, I'm basically naked. It's weird that I enjoyed it this much. But I loved how she actually ended up coming around to him. I loved like the playful Reze. She was funny. I loved the menacing Bomb Devil version of Reze. I loved how scary it was when she actually ended up being revealed. And I loved at the end that she actually kind of came to and wanted to go pursue Denji. And the way that she went out, dude, oh my god, that's crazy. That's crazy. Reze was one of the reasons, or if not the reason, why the Reze arc movie was so good. I am going to put Reze. This is tough. Not ahead of Denji, not ahead of Makima. Do I put her ahead of Power? That's the thing, because I think she's slightly better than Aki. But do I put her ahead of Power? I'm going to go with yes. Yes, right ahead of Power, right behind Makima. Very, very, very good character. Now, I almost want to put this character into the NA as well, because we didn't really see too much from her either. But I guess you could see a little bit more. A little bit more than nothing. C tier. C tier for this one. I thought she was a cool character, man. Now for Beam. You know what's funny is, again, what's weird about Chainsaw Man is I typically hate the characters like Beam. You know, the over-exaggerative yelling that he does. You know, like all the characters, and I'll punch you back. I view them all like I do as Zenitsu. When he first came onto the scene in that movie, I was like, oh god, here we go. Here we go. It's like, oh my god, Denji. Oh my god, Denji. You know, I can't take it. As much as I love these anime shows, I can't take the way they over-exaggerate. But I liked him as time has gone on. The way that he ended up screaming like, it's the bomb devil. Like, it's something about his scream. And when he was going crazy, when he was in that final fight with Reze, I ended up being okay with it. But at the same time, I don't really love his character. I think it's just a flat out good character. I am going to put Beam right behind the Angel Devil over here. I'm a little bit more interested in what's going to happen with the Angel Devil than I am Beam, okay? Now for this guy, we barely saw anything from him as well, right? Maybe a little bit more. Maybe we saw a tiny bit, like a scene or something. So I'm going to have to put him into the C tier as well. Bottom of C tier, maybe NA over there, guys. And that has been my official Chainsaw Man character tier list as of the Reze arc movie. And don't get me, and believe me, we are going to be revisiting this as time goes on, guys. If you want to continue watching some Chainsaw Man content, why don't you check out our full review for the Chainsaw Man movie right here. I'd love to have you over there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care, everybody.